is an 8-year Toastmaster in this club. Toastmaster Tim Linger is our outgoing VP or public relations, but currently the breakfast crew. In 9 days, on June 1st, Tim will be a DTM.
July 1st. Thank you.
A distinguished Toastmaster, our distinguished Toastmaster. Let's all welcome Tim to the lectern with a speech from his fourth speech and pathway, level 3, involving motivating the audience with this speech entitled The Club Ambassador Program. Please welcome Toastmaster Tim Linger.
Thank you. Thank you. Why are you here? Why are you here? No, digest that. Why are you here? All of us are here for different reasons. To be better at whatever we want to be better at. And perhaps it's leadership. Perhaps it's public speaking. Perhaps it's to be a better listener. Perhaps it's to get over your shyness, your nervousness. We're in a room full of at least 52 people. I went to 3rd grade 3 times. I can count. Sometimes I use my toes. But we're all here for a reason. Now this club is unique. It's potentially the largest club on the East Coast. No one knows for sure, but it's definitely a large club. This room is almost too small for us. Today I want to encourage everyone to become a Toastmaster ambassador. What exactly is that? It's where you go visit another club. And perhaps some of you have visited other clubs. And maybe you've landed here. And I see a lot of people, I don't see a lot of people that are not here. They've come in. Just for a moment, I'm trying to be serious. Just for a moment. And I get this. There's been people that have opened the front door and looked in and walked back out. There's been people that have gotten here and never left their car because they're too nervous to come in here. And yet, that's why most of us are here, is to get over the shyness, get over the fear. The first time that you ever spoke at a table topics. Huh? Am I right? There's been people up here that have stood up here at table topics. I can think of one gentleman in particular, and I call him a gentleman because that's what he was. And he stood here. He stood here. I'm not even sure if he ever spoke. But the green light came on. He was done. And he's not here. He was done. I'm not going to say his name, but he's a really cool dude. But he's one that can learn a lot about Toastmasters. Now let's talk about the problems with this club. We're big. We're big. Almost everyone gets to speak every single week in some fashion, but not every week. There's a few people. We work very hard on table topics to call in everybody that doesn't have a functionary, doesn't have a role, not a speaker or evaluator. When you visit other clubs, all of them are going to be smaller than this one, which is a good thing. Or is it? That's something that you're going to decide on. Let's talk about the ambassador program. Now, Toastmasters International wants you to get out and visit other clubs. And why should you do that? Well, for some of the reasons that I just mentioned. To get past the shyness, maybe to be more assertive, to be less fickle, to build self-confidence. Not only are you improving on your own self-skills, but you're helping others, in particular other clubs. You're going to meet other clubs that you actually might bond with better or equally. You may choose to visit that club every time they have a meeting. Now, everyone by now should have this piece of paper, correct? All right, if you don't have one, raise your hand and we'll get you one. So please pull this out. There is a Toastmaster meeting that meets every single day in this area. Every single day in this area. Now, I've made this chart here. If you look at Sunday, the weekend Toastmasters in Winter Springs, Monday, the Claremont Toastmasters. Now, I've put some of these in yellow because those are the clubs that I've visited and I have a unique bond with. How many people have been to the Claremont Toastmasters? Wow, we're whopping 2. 3, 2. Now, what's interesting is Claremont is probably the second largest club in the area. And it's not really that far. You jump on the Florida Turnpike and you're there in no time. East-west to the Turnpike, you're there in no time. You should go visit it Monday evening. That's this coming Monday and every Monday. Tuesday, we have a sister club. It meets right across the hall. It's in the morning. It meets twice a month, 2nd and 4th. And then on the same day, Tuesdays, well, how many people have been to the Central Florida Facilitators across the hall? Wow, look at this. It's our sister club. We should all raise our hand, right? Visit. In the afternoon on Tuesdays, the 2nd and 4th, is O-Town Toastmasters. How many people have been there? All right, maybe 5? Mark? Very good. So let's go with Mark. What do you find different about O-Town Toastmasters?
It's a lot smaller than this club, that is for sure. And if you are looking for a place to speak, you definitely have that opportunity at O-Town Toastmasters.
And speaking of that, if you want to be better at what you're trying to be better at, such as a better timer, a better evaluator, a better speaker, better leader, visit another club. In advance, give them a call and ask them if you can be part of their meeting. And I'll bet you 99% of the time they will welcome you. There's a function for you. There's a purpose for every function in this room. The back table is about listening. It's about paying attention. It's about timer. Why is timing important? You have a meeting scheduled at 7:30. It needs to start at 7:30. Oh, it's 7 o'clock. It's 7:30. Let's wait 5 more minutes for the late people. No. The meeting's over at 9. You want to be done at 9 o'clock because you have a 9:15 appointment. Don't you appreciate when meetings start on time and end on time? And that's part of being a better Toastmaster, because that's what Toastmasters is supposed to do, and we do across all the clubs. So a back table has functions. The grammarian has a purpose. The odd tabulator has a purpose. The master evaluator has a purpose. The head table has a purpose. And you can hone those skills by visiting other clubs. You can learn things that you can bring back to your home club. You can take things from this club and teach other clubs. It's all about you initially, but in order to make yourself better, you help others. So on this paper is a list of, on the back side of the calendar, is a list of some ideas and thoughts. Gain confidence from speaking in front of unfamiliar audiences. How many people think that's a good idea? Excellent. Everyone should be raising their hand. So I've got some homework for you to do. I need everyone to read this edition, read both sides of the paper, become a Toastmaster, ambassador, and congratulations, you're all ambassadors.